Hey, my name is Reuben. Shears. This is behind the scenes of building my online funnel building agency and showing you kind of the strategies that I'm working on a daily basis and what I've been doing. So today I want to show you kind of an automation that I've been building that I think is going to be extremely beneficial for the company, and it probably will be for you as well. And it's based on Matt Gray's content waterfall system, right? At least that's what he's called it, but it's kind of just a like a concept of taking one pillar piece of content, so say like a YouTube video, podcast, whatever, and repurposing that into, 3 LinkedIn posts or something like some X posts. Let's move my mic. X posts or clipping like for IG or TikTok, or like a blog post or whatever, right? So taking a piece of content and automating the repurposing of it, so that you can basically get yourself out there, get more impressions, get more attention. And if you remember one of the other videos that I made, I was talking about the importance of attention and how that's going to make you loads of money, right? So that's the idea of what we're trying to go for here. So in my case, what I want to do is take a YouTube video, exactly like the one you're watching right now, and repurpose that into a blog post that goes on my site, a couple of LinkedIn posts, and maybe even some clips as well that I can post on the different social media channels. I'd probably use Opus Clips for this. It's just a software that clips that stuff up for you. LinkedIn posts, I'll show you how to do this in a moment. And then what I want to show you as well is what I've actually been doing today and working on today is basically getting a blog post automatically posted to my site from like this YouTube video being posted. And that sounds really like kind of boring, but what this is going to do is allow me to get so much more traffic to my website for the key questions that are being asked, and then people are going to get directed from there, from my main site. Imagine this is my main site, to an actual landing page with the VSL on, right? So instead of viewing the website as like the same as the landing page, actually view it as an acquisition channel, kind of like paid ads or whatever. It's like a top of funnel thing. It's a top of funnel thing rather than a middle of funnel, right? That was all a bit messy, but hopefully you get the point. So that's what I've been trying to do, and I'm going to kind of walk you through how I do that now. I was building this today. So it's based on Zapier and automation, obviously, because I don't want to do this manually. I want it to kind of happen automatically. So in Zapier, we've basically built a Zap that says when a new video comes through, it basically uses the trigger of kind of seeing my, let's have a look, my channel ID, right? And then getting the test records from that, and getting like the all the YouTube stuff. So that's going to bring the thumbnail, bring the description, the title, the embed code, and all that sort of stuff from the video. What it's not going to pull though is the transcript. So what we've got is an extra API here called Dumpling API. I've been using it quite a lot recently from some other stuff as well, like web scraping, which I'll probably talk about in another video as well. But this allows you basically to scrape the transcript of a YouTube video on autopilot within kind of a Zap, which is great because we've just pulled the URL from the first step here and put it into the second step. So if you run that, it's going to kind of output this transcript in this format, which is fine if we're putting it through AI, right? And that's what we're going to do. We're going to use this transcript to repurpose it into blog post or LinkedIn post or whatever, right? So what I do is I put that into Notion. If you don't know, Notion is basically like Google Sheets on steroids. It's definitely worth using, and there's lots of automations you can do with that, right? So I pulled that into here, into a database that I made to store all this stuff. And let's go back to here. That is going to bring in an entry into this database, and you can see that I've got like all these parameters getting pulled in. So here I've got the transcript kind of hidden behind the scenes that AI can now use to make a blog post for me. And it's pulling in the title, it's pulling in the thumbnail image. All of this was done with AI and not me at all. All of this was pre-filled. And you can see that now, because I have another Zap that's basically trained to write an optimized blog post based on that content, it's gone ahead and written a blog. Obviously this image is a placeholder image because I was testing that earlier, but it's written this whole blog, which is great. Obviously at the moment though, that isn't anywhere that anyone can actually publicly access. It's in my Notion at the moment. So what we want to do, this is the great thing about Framer, which is the website builder I use, we sync it directly with Notion. So if you don't know what a CMS collection is, it's basically so that you can display loads of content on a website in the same kind of format and design with different text, right? So this is an entry to a CMS and it's synced directly with Notion. And you can see this is my blog post right here, the one I just showed you within Notion. So this will allow us to display it on the website and hook it all up. So you can see here that we've got the title, we've got a little description, we've even got the video embedded on the page, and then we've got the blog post there. So if I show you what that looks like on the actual website, so this is, by the way, this is the site that I'm building at the moment for Optimally, and to build it into an even bigger kind of company and brand, right? This is what it looks like. So you can actually see that the original video is hosted on here, which is great. So you can actually watch that video live on the site. It's also got all the blog post kind of content that was written by AI as a result of that transcript. And you can see all the categories and stuff, which is great. So you can imagine the possibilities with this now, since this is fully automated, and what you could do with this stuff. I mean, you could display any content on a website as a result of any piece of content, right? Which is absolutely insane. And you could do this every day. You could do it 5 times a day. You could really just like build out a massive site of actual quality content, which is great. That's what I'm trying to do. So like I say, I'm using this as an acquisition channel, not as like a replacement for my landing page. Don't get me wrong. The landing page stuff that I showed you in the previous videos is the exact way to get people converted. But imagine this is kind of generating more eyeballs directly from Google so that I can send them to a landing page rather than anything else, which is what I was trying to say at the start of this video. So that's what it looks like. Super, super powerful. And like I say, I'm probably going to use this blog post content as well that it's made to generate that into, 3 separate LinkedIn posts that I can post, because it's quite long, right? So we'd separate it up, which is really, really cool. And yeah, if you've got the skills in automation to be able to build this, then you can literally build this like within a day, right? And have something. You could even do this for clients, right? This could actually be a service by itself. But I'm going to start by doing it for myself and then see how that performs. But the idea is generate as many eyeballs on these blog posts, the key questions that people are giving me, and that I'm answering in videos as well, and then just kind of drive people to the landing page. So this will kind of, when you click this, it will link to the landing page, and I'll just get more traffic, which is great. So it's something I've been working on today. Hopefully that was interesting to an extent of how you can practically use Matt Gray's content waterfall system rather than just kind of him saying it and you hoping that you can do it, right? It's all automatic. There's no manual input, and you can do something similar. So hopefully that helps. Last thing I want to do to end this video off, it's only been 7 minutes, but that's fine, is track some growth stats. So yeah, 36 subscribers on YouTube. Let's go. That's actually really good, because I believe, yesterday it was 33, so we are gaining. We're now on 36. I'm actually super happy about that. I know that seems like ridiculous, but I actually am. Because it shows that I'm growing every single day. Instagram 1184. For the 4th time I think I've said this, like I'm literally doing nothing on Instagram right now in terms of posting, so that needs to change. And let's have a look at LinkedIn and track that. Just got a little message as well from someone at the same time. 8,042, lovely. Brilliant. So that, as you can see, is a very linear increase over time. Actually, we've got 47. Great. So what you can see here is obviously especially with YouTube, super happy with this. Gained 9% like in the last day, right? So I don't know if you've read the book called Atomic Habits by James Clear, but if you essentially get better by 1% every single day, so 1.01, right? And you do that for a year, right, 365 days from when you started, then your result is going to be 1.01 to the power of 365, which actually is around 37. So if you do something for a year, in summary, you're going to get 37 times better at it by the end of the year. So that's what I'm trying to do with this. If I can just keep posting YouTube, even if they're not like the most kind of dopamine filled videos, I still want to just provide as much value as possible. So hopefully that helps. If you've got any questions you want to ask about this automation stuff, business stuff, or whatever, literally anything, drop it below this video. I will answer it in the next video if you do. If not, I will continue to kind of just show what I'm doing on a daily basis and just keep going. All right, cheers.